Alright, stop.
Collaborate and listen.
What's up, people? I'm Alana from Win and let's talk about utility roles and why they're so awesome. Now, a lot of people come to us wanting help to get their first or next FIFO job, and the very first thing they say to us is, I'll do absolutely anything but a utility role. And newsflash, utility roles aren't the final destination. Utility roles are using that big old steel cap boot to kick down the door to your first or next FIFO job. And no, utility roles aren't just kitchen hand and housekeeping roles. There's actually about 10 different potential jobs that fall under the utility banner. So let's go through some of these jobs and why you potentially might consider them for your first or next FIFO job. I'm also going to go over companies that hire for these jobs, the pros of this job, and the money. Logistics roles. These are basically very similar to store person or warehousing roles. This is where you're unloading, let's say, containers or trucks. You are moving it to specific storerooms within the kitchen or to the cleaners with chemicals, with linen. You potentially could be operating forklifts or pallet jacks or different mobile plant and equipment. So if you've done a job very similar to that in Perth, this could be a utility role that you go straight into. The next job is the job of a mine site cleaner, and as the title suggests, you will be cleaning on the mine site. So this job encompasses obviously cleaning offices, crib rooms, ablution blocks, all that sort of stuff. It is totally awesome because you get to go and check out the different mining jobs that exist. You get to drive down on site, so it can be an easy transition then to potentially go into a different job. You get to meet who's who in the zoo. All you need is basically a manual driver's license. Another job that the utility companies hire for is a grounds person role. That's right, somebody's got to maintain all the grounds, mow the lawns, blow the paths, all that sort of stuff. So if you've got previous experience working, let's say, for Jim's Mowing or owning your own lawn mowing company, it actually could be just a nice hop, step and a jump straight into a utility / non-utility role because you're actually going to be doing something along the lines of grounds maintenance. So you basically don't need many licenses or qualifications for this. If you've got anything in horticulture or if you've got any chainsaw tickets or anything like that, it can be advantageous. So if you've got a manual C-class license and relevant experience, you too can work on the mines in a utility role. Kitchen hand and dining room. Now, on the biggest sites, you might be doing just one of these jobs. Smaller sites, you might be doing both. Kitchen hand, you're basically assisting the chef with food prep, you're cleaning out the back, you're doing stock takes, you're on pot wash, you're basically maintaining the kitchen and helping the chef to ensure that all services are good to go. If you're in the dining room, you're basically cleaning, stocking up everything, and doing food temperature checks, putting out the cold wells, and pretty much, again, helping the chef to make sure that dinner, crib, and breakfast is there on time and good to go, that the dining room is clean, and that everybody's happy. You literally don't need any qualifications for this. If you've worked in any hospitality roles at all, anyone can get one of these jobs. Do you have an RSA and or experience working with hospitality, in pubs, in clubs, anything like that? Well, the next utility role could be just the job for you. Within this job, working in the bar and retail, you're doing exactly that. So you're opening those 4 mid-strength beers per night for the patrons with a spoon. You're also like filling up the cold wells, filling up all the twisties and cigarettes and stuff like that if you're working in the retail shop, cash handling, and along those lines. If you basically got a pulse, potentially an RSA, anybody could do this utility role. By the way, the average utility salary, you're looking at starting off on about $75K per year. If you end up on a construction site, you can be earning way more cash. I mean, Barrow Island, back in the construction days, you're looking at $2.5 a week after tax. Another job that can come underneath the utility classification is actually an admin role. And this can be an awesome opportunity if you're in other departments to potentially move then to the admin side of it. So admin, what are you doing? You're booking flights and accommodation. You're assisting all other departments with administrative duties. You potentially could be helping out the OH&S team, the managers, like booking flights, PPEs, maintenance registers, all that sort of stuff. Admin is an awesome job to get into, so this could be a job that you might want to consider. And whilst there are so many pros to working in a utility role, let's go through the top 4 reasons why utility roles rock. Okay, number 1 is you are going to meet your best mate. Okay, you're going to meet some people that you would never have had exposure to before, but you're all in the same boat. You'll gather that sense of camaraderie and you'll make some amazing friends. Number 2 is the fact that while $75,000 starting off might not seem like a crazy, ridiculous amount of money, Wealth is not just defined by how much money you earn, but how much money that you can save. And being away for 2 weeks at a time, if not more, you've got the opportunity of potentially saving all that money. You're not at home paying for fuel and food and electricity and all that sort of stuff. So you can actually save a ton of money. Unless, of course, you're going to go piss it up at the wedding every night. Number 3 is that utility roles are gateway jobs into a better job. Like I said, it's not the final destination. It is a stepping stone to where you might actually want to go. Companies are more likely to take on candidates that have actually got any exposure to the mining industry. They've set foot on the mines before because they're aware about the swings, the long hours, the flies, the heat, the safety situation, all that sort of stuff. Companies like BHP are more likely to take on utilities who work on their sites than somebody who has never set foot on a mine site before. So this can be the perfect opportunity for you to network your way into another job down the track, of course, not on day 2, but hey, I've seen that happen. And number 4 is basically a follow-on from number 3. Utility roles, as you've just seen within this video, and I'm going to go over some more different utility roles, encompass such a range of different jobs that, let's say if you go up as a housekeeper and you don't love it, then there's no reason why you potentially can't put an expression of interest forward to potentially going into, let's say, an admin role or groundsman role or ARO role or any other role. Companies like to keep staff because hiring staff is expensive. So if you put it forward an expression of interest, you might be able to move into different departments. By the way, I'm Alana from Win-Win, and if you're finding this content helpful, hit that subscribe button for more content to help get you employed. And stay till the end where I'm going to show you the exact companies that are hiring for utility roles right now. Now you might be surprised at this next job that falls under the utility banner. It is an ARO job. What does that stand for? Good question. Airport Reporting Officer. Some companies will hire an outside company to do it, and then some of the utility hospitality companies will take on their own AROs. So you need specific qualifications for this that I'm not really going to go into. You can actually just Google that. But AROs basically marshal in the aeroplanes. They help with luggage, they help with check-ins, and this can be a great way as well to not clean rooms. And we all know about housekeeping roles. You're cleaning about 30 plus rooms per day. You're doing your thermos, you're doing your half cleans, you're having to use chemicals, clean bathrooms, clean dongers, all that sort of stuff. So I'm not really going to go into that, which I kind of just did. But did you know that on some sites, especially the bigger ones, you've got allocated laundry people where their job is to work in a laundry and wash and dry and put away laundry all day long? If that sounds appealing to you, that could be just a utility role for you. Believe it or not, bus driving is actually classified under the utility banner as well, or transport. Within bus driving, obviously you need the tickets or the licenses, such as the HR and the PTD authorization. Pretty much a standard day is you're driving around, picking up the passengers, taking them to work, taking them to Smoko, to lunchtime, dropping them home at the end of the day. Throughout the day, you might be cleaning buses or doing other random tasks. Companies that are hiring for utility roles right now include